Before I do that though, time for a quick refresher with the original.
The reason this car was so brilliant is that it's light, it's small, and it's simple. Mazda were perfectly open about cribbing all the best bits from 60s MGs and Lotus Elans and leaving out all the worst bits.
The recipe wasn't complicated. Small engine at the front, rear-wheel drive, and a perfect 50-50 weight distribution. They were so obsessed with that last point, they even moved the battery to the boot.
There isn't a lot on this car, but everything that is done well. The gear change, short, snappy throws from gear to gear and a little click as it goes in. 25 years on, and this is still in the top 5 all-time great gear changes, if there is such a thing. God, these things were good, which means the brand new MX5 has got a lot to live up to, a hell of a lot.
Well, here it is. And on paper, the signs are good. It's still usefully small. It's still got an engine at the front and drive to the rear. And since prices start at around £19,000, it's still more affordable than most sports cars.
Another encouraging sign is that they've resisted the temptation to give it a bigger engine. The biggest you can get is 2 litres, and the one I'm in is 1.5.
That means 0 to 60 in just under 9 seconds, about the same as the original, and a top speed of 125, which is absolutely fine.
In fact, it's good news. An MX5 shouldn't be a snorting monster of a thing. It's a car for driving into the countryside on a nice sunny day to find a nice pub for lunch. And it's great, squeezing every last drop out of this little 1.5-litre engine. Use all the engine's got and, come on, whip the pony a bit.
Then there's the handling.
The front suspension is still double wishbones. The weight distribution is still balanced perfectly, 50-50, front to rear. Immediately, you can just sense everything is in the right place. The relationship between where it all sits in the car is correct. This car isn't about wrestling a monster through turns and being relieved when you survive. I'm not trying to win a fight. It's human being and machine working together. That, the way it changes direction there, turn in. It feels so nimble.
The reason the new MX5 is so nimble is because, whilst most cars get fatter with every new generation, this one is almost 100 kilos lighter than the car it replaces.
100 kilograms, well, it's nearly an entire Jeremy Clarkson. That's a significant weight saving.
Mazda has achieved this feat by employing something called the gram strategy.
Now, this is not to be confused with the business plan from Scarface. What it means in Mazda land is shaving off a gram here and there. For instance, in any car, there's bits of the glass that you can't see hidden inside the body, hidden inside the doors. Glass is heavy, so Mazda have made holes, taken out pieces of that glass. And if you just shave off a gram here and there, those grams add up to become kilograms.
But despite the minimalism, you don't feel like you're sitting in a prison cell.
It's a nice place to be. I've got, well, everything I need. Touch screens, sat nav, interfaces with my telephone, all of that stuff. It's a car.
So far then, all is well. But before I get too carried away, there are a couple of not so good things about this new MX5.
The first problem is not really the car's fault at all, but I should mention it. It's the image of the MX5. Put it this way, if your business is called a cut above, fringe benefits or heir apparent, it's long been the choice of car for you. But if you run a magazine called Belt-Fed Machine Gun Enthusiast, you probably want to look elsewhere. The second problem is the looks. I can see what they've done. They've given a cute little car a frown. It's the whole angry puppy thing. But I'm just not quite sure yet.
But you know what? These are tiny ripples in what is otherwise an ocean of brilliance.
God, I love this thing. It's brilliant. It's pure fun. It's made of fun. Listen to that. I know when I get back to the studio, Jeremy's going to be standing there pointing at an Alfa Romeo 4C saying this is the lightweight car to have. But it's 50 grand and they make a fuss about it being light. This is just simple. I love this. I'm just made up with this.